Imagine this. You're standing in front of a room full of people, whether it's your class, a meeting, or even just a group of friends. You open your mouth, but suddenly your throat tightens, your palms sweat, and your brain feels like it has betrayed you. Words you knew a moment ago vanish. The silence stretches, and in that pause you think, why can't I just speak with confidence like other people? If you've ever felt that way, you are not alone. In fact, surveys show that public speaking ranks as one of the biggest fears in the world, even higher than death for some people. But here's the surprising truth. Confident speakers are not born, they are built. They create their confidence through small, intentional steps that anyone, including you, can take. This video is not about cliches like, just practice in front of a mirror. It's about deep, practical shifts that will change the way you see yourself and the way others see you. The first key to improving your speaking skills is understanding the root of your fear. Think of your fear as a spoiled alarm system. When you step up to speak, your brain goes into fight or flight mode, as if you're facing a tiger. Your heart races, your breath shortens, your hands shake. But here's the psychological insight, that adrenaline is not your enemy. Studies show that the physical symptoms of fear are nearly identical to the symptoms of excitement. The only difference is interpretation. I once worked with a student named Aisha who hated speaking in meetings. Before her turn, she would whisper, "I'm nervous. I can't do this." We reframed her inner script. Instead of saying, "I'm nervous," she practiced saying, "I'm excited." The change was shocking. Within weeks, she wasn't just calmer. She was vibrant, her energy contagious. Why? Because she wasn't trying to fight her body's reaction. She was using it. So here's a practice.
I'll take away for you. The next time you feel your heart pounding before speaking, don't tell yourself you're failing. Tell yourself, this energy means I care. This is my body preparing me to perform. That reframe alone can shift your presence dramatically. But here's the suspense. Reframing fear is only the first step. Confidence doesn't just come from how you feel before speaking, it comes from how you prepare yourself in everyday life. And the next principle, one that has helped countless shy speakers transform into leaders, will show you why your voice is like a muscle and how you can strengthen it daily. Think of your voice like your physical body. If you wanted stronger arms, you wouldn't lift a heavy weight once a month and hope for growth. You'd train consistently, gradually building strength. Speaking confidence works exactly the same way. Too many people only practice when they are forced to present in front of others. But confident speakers? They build their muscle daily in small, invisible ways. Let me give you an example. A young engineer I coached, Ali, hated giving technical presentations. He thought, I'm just not a natural speaker. But instead of only practicing before big meetings, he started applying what I call the micro-speaking habit. Every day, he challenged himself to speak up once in a low-stakes setting, asking a clear question in a meeting, sharing a short opinion with friends, or introducing himself with energy to a stranger. Within months, his transformation was dramatic. His colleagues began calling on him more, not because his technical skills had changed, but because his confidence was magnetic. The psychological principle here is called exposure therapy. Research shows that repeated, controlled exposure to a fear decreases anxiety and builds resilience. By speaking in micro moments daily, you are training your brain that using your voice is safe. And the more safe it feels, the more confident you become when the spotlight is bigger. Here's a practical way to apply it. Create a one-a-day rule. Every day, no matter what, find one chance to use your voice with clarity and intention. It could be ordering food with full confidence, making a short comment in class, or even practicing out loud when you're alone. That tiny daily repetition compounds into strength. But let's take it a step deeper. It's not just about using your voice, it's about respecting your voice. Too many people sabotage themselves with negative self-talk. They say, my accent is weird, or
People will laugh at me. This inner critic is like a spoiled brat inside your head trying to keep you small. And that brings us to the third key habit: mastering self-talk. I once knew a brilliant woman, Sarah, who never spoke up in team meetings because she believed her English wasn't good enough. We worked on replacing her script. Every time her mind whispered, "They'll judge me," she practiced saying, "My ideas are valuable." Over time, her body language shifted. She started leaning forward, smiling more, and yes, speaking up. Her colleagues began listening not just to her words, but to her confidence. And here's your action step. Write down 3 empowering phrases about your voice, like, "My ideas matter," or "My energy inspires people." Repeat them before every conversation. It may feel silly at first, but neuroscience shows affirmations can literally rewire belief patterns. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. Reframe fear, build micro-habits, master self-talk. But how do I really take this to the next level? How do I become the kind of speaker who doesn't just survive speaking moments, but actually inspires others? That's where the final principle comes in. And it's the one that separates average communicators from unforgettable leaders. Here's the ultimate secret. Speaking isn't just about you. The moment you realize that, everything changes. Nervous speakers often focus inward. How do I sound? What if I mess up? What will they think of me? But the most confident speakers flip the focus outward. How can I serve this audience? What gift can I give them? That shift turns fear into purpose. Think of the best speakers you've ever heard. Chances are you don't remember their exact words. You remember how they made you feel. That's because great speaking is about connection. Research from Harvard on leadership communication shows that people rate speakers as more confident when they speak with empathy and focus on impact, not perfection. I once watched a young teacher transform an entire classroom. At first, he was stiff, reading from notes, but when he stopped worrying about mistakes and started telling stories to connect with his students, everything changed. His confidence soared, not because he suddenly became flawless, but because he was present. He was serving, not performing. So here's the fourth habit. Shift from performance to purpose. Every time you speak, whether it's to one person or 100, ask yourself, what is the gift I want them to leave with? Maybe it's clarity, maybe it's motivation, maybe it's simply laughter. When you anchor to purpose, your nervous energy transforms into passion, and passion is magnetic. Practically, you can apply this by reframing every speaking opportunity as a chance to serve. If you're giving a presentation at work, don't think, "I hope I don't mess up." Instead, think, "If even one person leaves with a clearer understanding, I've succeeded." That mindset creates calmness, warmth, and genuine confidence. And here's the long-term transformation. When you consistently reframe fear into energy, practice daily micro-speaking, master your self-talk, and focus on purpose over performance, your speaking skills don't just improve, your entire identity shifts. You stop seeing yourself as the shy one or the nervous one and start seeing yourself as someone worth listening to. That change in identity is the deepest form of confidence. So let's close with a challenge. Starting today, commit to one small action. Maybe it's reframing your nerves into excitement. Maybe it's speaking up once a day in a small setting. Maybe it's writing down your empowering self-talk. Or maybe it's preparing for your next conversation with a purpose in mind. Choose one and do it today. Then tomorrow, add another. Confidence in speaking is not a switch you flip. It's a ladder you climb. But with each step, you'll notice something amazing. People will lean in more, they'll listen longer, and most importantly, you'll feel free to express the real you. That's the gift of speaking confidence. If this video inspired you, drop a comment. Which of the 4 habits will you start today? And subscribe for more storytelling, psychology, and practical tips to help you grow into the confident communicator you're meant to be. Because this journey doesn't end here, it starts now, with your voice.